Hi everybody, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is 7 o'clock on a Saturday evening. Let me fix this. It's a little bit off crookediness. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see make sure I'm transmitting. It looks like I am, but let's just double check. All righty. I hope you guys are having a good weekend and have not forgotten that tomorrow is Mother's Day. I know if you're on Facebook, every other post is about getting something for your mother, so it would be very hard for you to forget that tomorrow is Mother's Day. But just in case you did, tomorrow's Mother's Day, so don't forget to call. All right, so my card today actually is perfect for Mother. It is from the new stamp set called Touch My Heart. This is a host exclusive set. Now, what is a host exclusive set? It sounds like something that you would have to actually host a workshop for, but in fact, if you have an individual order that is $150 in retail before shipping and tax, then you begin to earn what Stampin' Up! Called Stampin' Rewards, and that is essentially free money. That's a very good way to purchase free things and is in fact how you need to pay for your host set. Hi Pam, hi Mary, hi Fran, hi Kathy, appreciate you joining, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Mary, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I hope you can watch the replay. Hi, Michelle. Glad you could join. We're gonna do a Mother's Day appropriate card today with the host set here. But what I was gonna tell you is either an individual order over $150, or you might consider joining my host online host club, where you get all of the host benefits twice in a 6-month period. But you don't ever actually have to do any work. You just buy your goodies and earn free things, and some other ladies will help you earn more. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This is the actual card, and it is for the paper players. Hi, Faith. Hi, Sue. Yes, Kathy, free money. That's my favoriteest kind of money. Oh, Donna, 80 there. Yeah, it was chilly. It got up to almost 63, I think, today. It was kind of chilly and brisk. This is the card. It's for the paper players. We have a color challenge this week, and the colors are Pool Party, Granny Apple Green, and Melon Mambo. And I am not going to lie, that is not in my wheelhouse. So it took me a hot second, but this is what I finally came up with. So I hope that you like it. It's actually pretty easy. It's just some coloring with watercolor pencils and a little bit of embossing with one of the embossing folders in the new greenery embossing folder pack. Remember, this was a 2-pack. You'll get this embossing folder as well as its mate, which is this one. And let me put it in some cardstock so that I think you could see it a little better. There you can see. This one's kind of nice. It's got like a border of leaves that you could stamp a sentiment of some sort in. So this one's kind of fun. And then this is the one that I used on this card. And I'll put it with the Granny Apple Green so that you can see a little better. Just a line of leaves. Hey, Daryl. Appreciate you joining. Lynn, appreciate you coming. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to have to do a little bit with Mr. Big Shot today, or cutting and embossing machine. So let us get going. I have done a little pre-cutting and a little pre-stamping for you, just to get us moving along a little bit quicker. All of these will be on my blog tomorrow, so no need to worry about that. We're going to start with a piece of cardstock, Pool Party cardstock, and this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And what I'm going to do is find the stamp block that has my leaves on it. Okay, so I took these 2 leaves. There's 2 of them in the stamp set, and I just put them both on my block at the same time, kind of cattywampus to each other. And then I took my Pool Party. Hi, Fran. Jennifer, how are you? From Colorado. Hi, Linda. Okay, and so I'm just going to stamp all over this piece of cardstock with my 2 leaves. And it's pretty random, really. There's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it. I probably ought to get some actual ink on the stamps. There we go. And I don't want to use all of the space because I am going to come back with my butterfly. This is the cutest little butterfly. Isn't he darling? I like him. Just a stylized little butterfly. Perfect for coloring. And we're just going to stamp him in and amongst the leaves a little bit. We'll have him peeking in over here. We'll have him hovering around over here. Maybe looking up that way. Flying off the card over here. And then, yeah, I think he's going to be flying in this way. There. Okay. Now, you see that leaf right there? That's going to bug me. So, hey, Sue. Appreciate you joining from gorgeous Central Florida. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but I did not get a good image on this particular leaf right here. And since it's going to show, it's not covered, like this one is covered, so I'm not worrying about it, but I just filled it in a little bit with my Stampin' Art marker. Okay, now while I have this out, let's just do one more thing. On a little piece of scrap paper, I'm gonna stamp him for later. We're gonna need him later. Okay, alrighty. And that is the stamping portion of our card front. Now, before I pull the big shot out, let's get the rest of another piece ready here, shall we? What I have is the heart with the pretty leaves on it. I think that's just so pretty. I like it a lot. All right. Aw, Daryl, thank you. Happy Mother's Day to anybody who's a mother or a stand-in. Or a dog mother, right? Yes, okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to put this piece of Whisper White in, and I'm going to stamp that image. Ooh, bug. Stamp that image. Make sure I'm far enough away. You know what? Let's push that over a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to cut it out. I just want to make sure I have room for my die cut. And I'm going to ink this up with Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And we're going to give it another stamp here, just to make it nice and dark and pretty. Hey, Karen. Hey, Alicia. Appreciate you joining. All right. Now, that is very damp. I can see the shimmer that says, touch me, Mary, touch me. Smear me, Mary, smear me. But I'm not going to. I'm going to be smarter than my Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to use the #1 setting on my heat tool to dry that little bugger. Remember, the dark colors, the Tuxedo Black, your rich razzleberries, your blackberry blisses, and even some of the dark blues and greens will take a little extra beat to get dry. So give yourself that time so that you don't cause yourself unnecessary reprinting. Hey, Julie. Appreciate you joining. I see you saying hi to Amy. Did that mean she popped on and I missed her saying something? Yes, Lynn, it is. It's one of the Hostess sets in the 2021 catalog. And demonstrators were allowed to pre-order this one and the other, one of the other host sets as well. That's something that goes away. Hey, Amy. That's something that goes away once the pre-order goes. Then we'll have to earn them the same way customers do, which is with Stampin' Rewards. Okay, so now I'm going to take a paper towel because I just don't trust that black sometimes. The days that I trust the black is when it had a little spot that wasn't quite dry. And so I invariably find it, right? Okay, now, you know, Stampin' Up! Has 2 watercolor sets. This is the original, called Watercolor Pencils. And this is the second one called, fittingly enough, Watercolor Pencils Assortment 2. In the first original one is a Melon Mambo watercolor pencil. And in the Assortment 2 is Granny Apple Green, which I thought was incredibly handy because those were the colors I was working with today. So I'm going to color my heart. I might have, perhaps if you had used a trumpet. You know, Tanya, I don't actually know, but I'm certain it's something to do with the formula. In the same way that the formula causes problems with reds and purples, remember the great purple posy crisis of 2019. It just has something to do with the chemical makeup of the inks, but it is certainly something that I have noticed. Okay, now I'm going to color this heart with the Melon Mambo watercolor pencil. And I'm letting it be a little, I'm not getting real head up about it being smooth. I actually kind of want it to look a little kid colored. Is that a term, kid colored? Like maybe a kid colored this for his or her mom, like that. Okay, that's what I'm going for here. So I'm not getting all head up. Now, if that doesn't suit you, take your blender pen and just lightly go back over this watercolor pencil, and that'll smooth it right out. But I'm going to leave it like this. I actually kind of like that look. If I get too carried away, I'll smooth it a little bit. But for now, I'm going to see how I like this, whether I can do it right. Now, just remember, this is pencil. So if you make a mistake and you get inside your leaves or somewhere that you didn't mean to make Melon Mambo, pull out your eraser, because it will erase, I promise. Okay. There we go. Just kid-like enough, right? Granny apple green for some reason. See, I know it. I love granny apple green. It's one of my favorite colors. It's one of my favorite colors. Of course, you know, I'm the person that misses lemon lime twist. So Julie just rolled over in her office chair, I'm sure. But I miss lemon lime twist, but I miss it less because of granny apple green. I actually do like it better than lemon lime twist even. Okay, so now I'm just going to use that granny apple green watercolor pencil and color in my leaves, my leafies, like that. Now, I'll tell you what, when I first started this card, I thought this image would be a really good one to do the marker to rubber technique, where you use a Stampin' Write marker to ink up the image. But, let me just kind of, I mean, you can certainly do it. But what I can tell you is if you, for example, what I was trying to do was to make my heart Melon Mambo and my leaves and stems granny apple green. Well, that falls apart when you get right in here, because you've got stem overlapping heart, and it just becomes a little more difficult to do. So I dropped back to the black and coloring in the images with my watercolor pencils, and I think it works just fine. Okay, now we're ready to do a couple of things with the bigashata. The bigashata. I'm just going to say big shot. I'm an old person. I've been doing this for 5 years now. Who knew that I'd ever be doing this for 5 years? But I have been, and it's been a big shot for 5 years. So it's going to take me a minute, okay? We old people don't learn new tricks really fast. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this image, and I'm going to use 2 of the circle dies in the Stitched Shapes die set. Okay, I'm going to use the biggest one and the next biggest one. Hi, Sharon. Appreciate you joining. Okay. Now I'm going to just center this up inside the larger image. And I'm going to do it in 2 swipes. If you were less scared of it than I am, you could probably do it in 1, but I'm just going to do it in 2 because that makes me feel much less stressed, especially on camera. Now, not gonna lie, I might risk it if nobody was watching, but since you're all out there, no, I'm not gonna do it. Can't make me. Okay. All right, so there's that. We'll get rid of that. And now you have your first part of your image, okay? And then, hey Rose, appreciate you joining. I'm gonna take the next size down. I do know what really old is, and I'm on my way to it, at least, Julie. Okay, so now I'm going to take this next biggest die, and I'm just kind of, eyeballing it centered up, okay? You can tell I did not get my precision measuring tool out. I used my calibrated Mark 1 eyeball. All right. And so now what that gives us is a piece within a piece. A piece within a piece. Okay, and I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to change up my sandwich here for a second. And we're going to use the smaller platform. And what I'm doing here is, after I find my embossing folder. Hi, Kay. All right. Hi, Sue from the cold north. Yeah, keep the illusion that I never make mistakes. I do make mistakes. It's just crazy. Okay, what I'm going to do, you see, this is a smaller embossing folder anyway. The other day when I used it, I embossed once, and then I went back and I embossed again to get the entire card front. Well, this time, I really actually only want about that much. Okay, so what I'm doing is just lining the card up in the embossing folder, like so. And then I'm going to run it through. Where are you, pen? Ah, it disappeared on me. It just disappeared. There it is. You ever have that happen? No, of course not. Nobody ever has that happen. Okay, and then I'm going to just emboss one little panel, like so. Now I'm going to pull it out, and then we're going to get rid of this ginormous machine that's in the middle of my desk. There we go. Okay. So you can see it just embossed the one side, and if you pay attention to challenges, you might recognize this as the Tuesday morning sketch. If you don't recognize it as the Tuesday morning sketch, but you know what the Tuesday morning sketch is, then apparently I didn't follow the sketch very good, right? Okay, here we go. Okie dokie. Are you guys excited for a new embossing machine? Yay! And it's supposed to be lighter, so that means no longer can you use it for your morning workout. Okay, so let's assemble some cards here, and I have a grainy apple green card front and a little bit of liquid glue. I know, Jean, that embossing folder is fun, and I love its little matching person in the pack. I need to use that one. Okay, so we're just using some liquid glue to put this onto our granny apple green mat. Okay. Now I'm going to take my die cuts and I'm going to put it back together because I want it, I'm going to line everything up, but I also want it straight on the card, right? So I'm going to put it on the card where I want the whole thing. Let's twist it just a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to pick up the innards. And I'm going to leave the ring like that. Now, watch closely. Can you do that with it? You can. You just have to turn it sideways like I did to run it through like this, right? Like that. Should be able to do that. Hang on a second. I'm going to do an experiment for you. I'm going to do an experiment. Yeah. You could like do it with this one. Just stick your cardstock in part way and then run it through the Big Shot this way instead of this way because you're going to have cardstock sticking out here like that. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so here's how I did this. And there's probably 27 more elegant ways to do this, but this is how I did it. And it worked. I just held it down on one side and picked it up on the other side, put a little liquid glue, and kind of made my way around to do it like that. Just a lack of that. Like I said, there's probably way more elegant ways, but this worked for me. And so that's how I'm doing it again. Because my theory is once you find the way to do it that works for you, you don't change it up. But that's just me. Okay, now I'm going to take some of my Whisper White crinkled seam binding ribbon, and it is going to go across and adhere at the back with some glue dots. I have not seen an issue with it. If this was a 3D, one of the big fat 3D ones, it might. So you would want to be very careful with that. But this narrower one, I didn't see any issues with it. I didn't feel any issues either. So it should be fine. Now, if you did that exact embossing 17 times or 6 times a day for a week, yeah, you might wear it out. But the one-offs are not going to be a problem, I don't believe. Okay, so I'm just going to put the ribbon right about there and adhere it on the back with my glue dot. And where is my, there it is. There's my husband's favorite saying is, where's my, so I call him, where's my. I got to get a drink, you guys. Hang on a second, sorry. Hey, Linda. I'm glad you could join. Hi, Brooke. I'm sorry for the drink, you guys. My throat was fixing to give me a little bit of a coughing fit that you just didn't want to hear, I can assure you. And that was way crooked. Way crooked. Looked right when I put it down from the back. It looked great from the back, but it didn't look so bueno from the front. And most people don't see the back, so it's pretty important that the front look right. That's just me, though. You know, I mean, you do what you want. Okay, now I'll take a few dimensionals. You knew I'd get some. Not as many as I used to, but certainly plenty. The count is the same. The overall usage is a little smaller due to this almost criminal cutting of dimensionals. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop that back into place. The only hard piece about this is making sure you line that image back up. Otherwise, it's going to look a little bit weird. Hey, Janie. You need to iron the ribbon. It's got crinkled right in the name. I bet you don't wear linen either. Do you not wear linen? I don't like linen, but it's because I'm always certain that people think, my God, she just sat on her linen and now it's all wrinkled. And I'd be like, yes, I did. And, okay, I almost didn't line that up, huh? Okay, so you want to line it up in the middle of your hole and with the stamped image on the side. There you go, just like that. Take your time, you'll be fine. That was a little rhyme. Wasn't that funny, how that came out like that? Never mind. Never mind. Okay, I stamped the sentiment in Granny Apple Green on a piece of Whisper White, and I'm just going to trim that down a little bit like this on both ends. And then I'm going to snip a banner. And remember, you just make a little snip up the middle and then go from the corner to the snip and from the corner to the snip and then do the same on the other side. Is it going to be perfect? Nope. Probably never. Is it going to matter? Nope. Probably never. All right. Now, when I do these, when I remember, I like to edge my strips. So in this case, I'm using my Pool Party Stampin' Write marker. I think, for me, it just makes it have a little bit of a defined edge. And I like how that looks. So I've got my messy wrinkles, but my defined edge. I am just a study in contradictions. I am a study in contradictions. I hope you all saw that my shares are open and that you will be getting them. A share is an awesome way to try out all the new products without paying for all of the new products. You can try something, and if you love it, you can buy more, and if you don't have to. It's kind of like a buffet line. Pick a little bit of everything the first time through, and then go back and pig out on the stuff you loved. Yeah. Okay. So now this is going to go right about there. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on my card front. Apparently I actually did something that's crazy. No, I didn't. Don't be silly. I didn't put them away. That would have been crazy talk. I put some dimensionals on the card front like that. That one may be a little low. I hope not, but we'll see. Let's see what we got here. There we go. That works. And then we'll have one out here. And one over here, like that. Okay. Hey, Rosie, you guys with your irons, I'm pretty sure I have an iron. I mean, I know I do have an iron, but it's not anywhere that I can get to it easy, quick. I mean, I have to pull out. When we bought this house, the utility room has one of those ironing boards in the wall behind a door. And you open the door, and don't be all excited. It's not like those new ones. It's like one that was around, you know, the 70s called, and Alice wants her ironing board back, but it does the job for the 3 times a decade that I ever iron. Okay, and so we're just going to adhere that right there as straight as I can make it with my eyeballs. And we're almost there, guys, almost there. Okay, so look away. Look away, Amy, look away, because I am fixing to fussy cut. I'm going to color. Remember earlier, I stamped this butterfly in Pool Party, and now I'm just coloring that. Now you could give him, do you think he should have granny apple green wings? I don't know. While I fussy cut, you guys can tell me, and when I get done fussy cutting, if the consensus seems to be granny apple green wings, then we'll do granny apple green wings, and if not, we'll leave it plain. Okay, so I'm doing a cut that would approximate what a die would look like. So that means I'm not cutting on the line, I'm cutting next to the line, like a die cut would. This would be a great little butterfly to have a die cut for. I don't think there is one. I didn't see anything that said it coordinated with any of the dies that we've got, which is too bad, so sad, because I'd like to be able to cut him out quicker than what is taking me to do this, even though it's not a very big fussy cut. Don't be afraid, Amy. I know. I'm not even looking at the comments, and I can see the fussy cut related snarking going on right now. I just feel it. My snarky spider sense is tingling right now. You're telling me how much you hate fussy cutting. I know. And how you would never have designed any card that had this kind of fussy cutting on it. I know. But look how cute he's gonna be when he's all done. And if you refuse to fussy cut, then you never see this little winged wonder on your card front. Aw. Now I'm going to get a little persnickety right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to look back and see. What do we think? Granny apple green wings? Yes, I have a yes from Tish. You are not discussing iron. I know that Amy... Amy doesn't iron either. Okay, you know what? I think we should... Let's color these wings. What do you think? I saw one vote for colored wings, so let's see what they look like. This reminds me of Come On Now, it's a song that we're singing. Hey, hey, get happy. I think this butterfly was on the Partridge Family's bus. I'm not sure. Ooh, good call, Tish. I like that. Yeah, look at him. How cute. Oh, yeah, that's way better. Good call. Good call. And I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on him and pop him right here. But first I'm going to put a gem on because I want to be sure I put him where he needs to be, and a gem. You guys love these glitter enamel dots. I sure do. And they are retiring. So if you love them, get some. Okay? Get them. Get some. This one happens to be Mellow Mambo. I can't even say it. Sorry. Melon Mambo. Okay. Yeah, it happened to be melon mambo. Gosh. And pool party and granny apple green and gorgeous grape. I could have picked any of the colors. Goodness gracious, it was like made for this card. Okay. So anyway, get you some of these. They're fun. I love them. I wish they were carrying over. Stampin' Up! Never listens to me. Okay, and we're just going to pop him right there, like that. And there's the card front. Bing, bada, boom, bada, bing, bong, boom. Now, on the inside, very simple. We're going to stamp a couple of lifts and a butterfly. And where's the butterfly? There you are, butterfly. Come here. We're just going to put him in the, put these in the corner. And I think we'll just do like that. And then I think we're going to take off one of these guys. And we'll just go like this. And then maybe we'll go like that. There we go. Have I not always told you, every time we talk, I tell you, be sure you have the Stampin' Right marker for each of the colors that you have ink. Why? So that you can fix little problems like that. Okay, now we're going to do a little quick coloring with our watercolor pencils again. And this little guy is going to get green wings too, since his friend on the front, and they're from the same family. So they're both wearing the same clothes. Actually, I think they're twins. You guys watch the show Single Parents? It's kind of cute. It's very cute, actually, most of the time. Sometimes it's dumb, but sometimes it's cute. Anyway, there's two little girls on there that are twins, and they are terrors. They are absolute terrors. And they talk about the movie The Parent Trap, and they'll say things like, as twins, we have very confused feelings about that movie. So when they did something bad, and I won't tell you what it was, but when they did something bad, their father made them sit and watch The Parent Trap. It was funny. You probably had to see it for it to be as funny as it really was, but it was funny. All right, so there we go. Oh, yes, it's the Partridge Family. I love it. And we'll just hook this up. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. I hope you're getting ready. I know that you and Amy and all the other mothers are anticipating your crepe Suzette and crab cake Benedicts in the morning delivered to your beds by your doting children and loving husbands. I'm sure of it. Oh, 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 too big of a piece of cardstock. Hang on, I'll get a bigger mat. I'll get a bigger mat. Just a minute. Hold on. 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. In theory, this mat will be the correct size. If not, then I'm going to have to measure. There we go. Missed it by that much. Okay. And then we'll put it into our pool party cardstock, card base, which with any luck is the correct size. Right, the dog would bring it to me before that, yeah. I'm pretty sure Finn would bring me breakfast in bed if he could, but you know how you sometimes wonder if the waiter has spit in your food? I don't think I'd have to wonder. I feel pretty confident he would spit in my food. All right, we're going to put this, not there. I just lost it. The very idea of getting breakfast in bed, it made me lose it. We're going to put that on the inside because of how it's the inner liner of my card. And then we're going to do some dimensionals. You see what I did there? I managed to get ink on this, and I wasn't even touching it. It's a gift. Not everybody can do it. You know, actually, I think if my husband ever brought me breakfast in bed, one, I would accuse him of cheating on me or having murdered somebody or robbed a bank or something, because there's just no way that would just like spontaneously happen. So I would know something was up. Yeah, I would know it for sure. Okay, now we're going to put the card front on, and then we're going to stamp our envelope. You got breakfast in bed ones? Wow. Oh, are you getting to go to church tomorrow, Jean? That's good. Just wear your mask, okay? Lordy, I went to the Publix today. About half of the customers not wearing masks. Are they just not paying attention? Publix was doing a good job, though. They were all masked up, and they were cleaning and carrying on and cleaning and doing a good job. Okay. There we go. And there's our card. Done. Now our envelope is more stamping, right? Because I did not use any DSP, and now I'm the first one up in the morning. Yeah, I know. Karen, if Wayne fools me, then you just know something is up. I can assure you that's what that means. Because he doesn't wake up. Look, Karen, you and I are the same. I'm up early. I'm usually up by 5 or 5:30. And he doesn't roll out until, 8:30, 8:45. I can't do that because it makes me crazy. When I wake up like that, I feel like I've lost half of the day. You know what I mean? Lost half of the day. Oh, I need a new pen. Let's see if I can do it with this thicker one. Everybody hold your mouth just right. Wow, that's just really not doing good. So we're just going to color that and pretend it's right. Yeah. Now, I will tell you, when you're using your watercolor pencils on the front of an envelope, there's a seam back here, and that seam will mess up your coloring. So, you know what? I'm just tossing this one because it really annoyed me. I just couldn't do it. I could not let it stand. It couldn't stand, okay? I'm sorry. I had to have it be right. So let's try that again, as if it never happened. Now, do this right, Mary. Do it right. Everybody chant it with me. Do it right. Do it right. When do I go to bed? Well, depends on the night, but I'm usually in the bed by 10 and shutting off everything and turning over and saying I'm done for the day by 10:30 at the very latest. And I'm kind of a zombie before that, so my time of useful consciousness actually ends at about 9. Really. All right, let's try that again. I like this image a whole lot better. Whole lot better. All right. Yeah, you know, I've spent, I don't know, gosh. Well, I mean, I've been getting up really early since probably college. Which means I've been getting up early for a lot of years. I kind of hoped that I would stop doing it when I retired, but it seems to be a tough habit to break. Also, I feel bad when I get up late like that. I just feel like, I don't know, like the day is gone. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to put a few more of those on the back. So that's a good thing, Karen. I'm very happy that you are able to not get up at the same time now that you are retired. I am very happy about that. My brain says, get up, and then I do. Once you get on Medicare, you'll get up. Why? I don't even think so. I don't know. I mean, it would be a great thing, but I'll tell you when I'll get up later, or at least start getting up later, is when the day comes when I no longer have horses out in the pasture or in the barn. When that comes and I don't have somebody waiting for me to feed them at 8 or 8:30, then I'll bet you I start that transition. Just betting. Right now, if I don't get up, then they don't eat and so they like to eat and are pretty vocal about not eating, to be quite honest. Okay, there we go. And then we'll just color these. Yeah, see, I'm an early person. I'm a morning person. Yeah, Karen, you're probably right. Darned inner clock. Although I have to say that inner clock saved me once several years back. I mean, I was still working, but I was organizing a horse show over at the Conyers Horse Park. And we were staying, there was a hotel there. Right, there's a hotel right at the horse park in Conyers, because that's where they had the Olympics, you know, so they built a bunch of hotels and stuff around it. And on Saturday, the day of the marathon portion of the competition, it was storming like crazy. Well, we'd gone to bed, and when you're at a horse show, you're tired, especially if you're running the horse show like I was. You're tired all the time. And so I was sleeping like a dead person. And I woke up, it was pitch black in the room. We'd pulled the curtains to go to bed. I had to be up like at 4:30 to get to those showgrounds to get started, because marathon was kind of a big day. And I woke up, wide awake, looked at my watch. It said 4 o'clock. Actually, it said 4:30. And I was like, uh-oh, I'm late. It's 4:30, I'm late. Well, the power had gone out at like 3 in the morning and had not come back on. So nobody had power. Nobody had light. Nobody had power. Nobody had watches and alarms that could work. This was pre, iPhone, and I had a flip phone, which was pretty big deal. But yeah, that inner clock saved me, because I woke up. If I didn't have that, I'd have slept until about 10, and everybody would have been like, anybody see the organizer? Anybody? Bueller? So that did work out. So I'm not going to diss my inner clock. It has saved me a few times, actually. It is actually kind of weird. If I know that I have to get up like at 3, I wake up at about 10 till. Isn't that weird? All right, here we go. That is our card, and you can see they're a little bit different, but they're kind of the same. I like the one with the green wings, don't you? I think I like this one better. Yes, I do. All right, you guys, I hope you are making a note. This is called Touched My Heart. And you can see it's got this nice sentiment, great for mothers, love you most, great for anybody, and with sympathy with these great line-drawn artwork. And $150 or better will earn you this set, or let me help you out with an online host club. I'd be happy to help you. Okay, guys, don't forget to call your mothers. For those of you who are mothers and moms, I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I hope you wake up to breakfast in bed. Whether you think you're going to or not, I'm hoping for your sake that you do. Thanks so much for spending some time with me, and I will see you Thursday on my YouTube video. Bye-bye.